In Hollywood, being famous can be both good and bad. Some actors who were once loved by fans around the world have lost their good reputation because of problems, scandals, or bad behavior. Let's have a look at 22 actors who faced a lot of criticism and lost the respect of their audience. Each story is different, but they all show how quickly the opinions of people can be changed. Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer was becoming a big star after his role in Call Me by Your Name. However, in 2021, shocking messages supposedly sent by Hammer appeared online. These messages included disturbing talk about cannibalism fantasies, forcing people to do things, and even abuse.
I think he's obsessed with this idea of consuming and eating the person that he's with.
Several women also came forward, saying he manipulated them and was violent in their relationships.
I hope to prevent others from falling victim to him in the future.
These claims painted a very disturbing picture of Hammer's private life, which was very different from how he appeared in public. One woman called Effie said Hammer raped her, which led to an official investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department. Other women shared stories of being emotionally manipulated and pressured into uncomfortable and harmful situations. As these accusations spread, the news coverage was nonstop, and Hammer faced a lot of backlash from the public in Hollywood. Because of the scandal, Hammer was dropped from many big projects, including Shotgun Wedding and the TV series The Offer. He was also dropped by his talent agency and publicist, which made it even harder for him to work in the industry. Hammer has said he didn't do these things and that all interactions were consensual, but the fallout has ruined his career. He stepped away from the public eye and reportedly went to a rehabilitation facility for substance abuse and other issues. It seems very unlikely he'll return to Hollywood, given how serious the accusations are and how much damage has been done to his reputation. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is a household name for his roles in Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. However, his public image began to suffer due to his troubled relationship with actress Amber Heard.
My eye, and I start crying, and he approaches me and grabs my head, takes a fistful of my hair and says, I hit your eye, hon, let me see your eye. Let me see your eye, what if I pull your hair back? And he yanks my head back, and he's, I don't know, smacking my face or moving my face or...
The couple's highly publicized divorce in 2016 involved allegations of abuse from both parties, with Heard accusing Depp of physical violence and Depp alleging that Heard had been abusive toward him. The media circus surrounding their relationship led to Depp being dropped from major projects, including Fantastic Beasts. His reputation as a bad boy became increasingly associated with his personal life rather than his acting career.
What happened? Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Despite winning a libel case against a UK newspaper that referred to him as a wife-beater, Depp's Hollywood career continued to decline, with many questioning whether his actions were irreparable. Depp has tried to rebuild his career, but the damage to his public image seems permanent. His future in Hollywood remains uncertain. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey used to be a very respected actor in Hollywood. People loved his acting in movies like American Beauty and the TV show House of Cards. But in 2017, people started saying he did bad things.
Counts of causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent, all of which Spacey has strenuously denied.
Actor Anthony Rapp said Spacey tried to do inappropriate things to him when Rapp was only 14 years old. After that, more people came forward with similar stories, making Spacey look really bad. One of the strangest things Spacey did was release a weird video in 2018 called Let Me Be Frank. In the video, he acted like his character Frank Underwood from House of Cards. People thought this was a strange way to talk about the accusations, and it left fans and critics confused. At the same time, Spacey was dealing with legal problems, with several people suing him. Even though some cases were dropped, the damage to Spacey's career and reputation couldn't be fixed. Because of these accusations, Spacey was kicked off House of Cards and replaced in the movie All the Money in the World. His once great career has been ruined by these stories, and he has mostly disappeared from the public eye. Bill Cosby. People used to call Bill Cosby America's dad because of his role in The Cosby Show, but his reputation was destroyed when many women said he sexually assaulted them. These stories went back many years, with lots of women saying Cosby had drugged and attacked them. Cosby's trial in 2018 was a big moment in the nocturne Me Too movement.
But I would wake up completely confused, half-dressed, and knowing that my body had been touched without my permission.
He was found guilty of sexual assault and sent to prison, which was a huge fall from grace for someone who had been so loved in American entertainment.
To his bungalow afterwards, he made me a drink, and very shortly after that, I passed out. I woke up or came to very groggily with him removing my underwear.
Even though he was released, the damage to his legacy remains. Many TV networks and institutions have cut ties with Cosby, stopping reruns of The Cosby Show and taking away his awards. His reputation as a family-friendly entertainer has been permanently ruined, and it's unlikely that people will trust him again. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres was known for her bubbly personality and her saying to be kind on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. But in 2020, reports came out about a toxic work environment behind the scenes of her show. Her employees described incidents of bullying, racism, and mistreatment.
Actually was surprised by that, and especially the variety of different kinds of story that perpetuated all those rumors and kind of hearsay about like, oh, Ellen is not quite as nice as she seems and she would appear.
These accusations directly went against the positive and inclusive image Ellen had built over her decades-long career, leaving fans shocked and disappointed. One of the most disturbing parts of the scandal was the sheer number of former employees who came forward. They said that the workplace culture was full of fear and intimidation, with senior producers accused of harassment and inappropriate behavior. While Ellen herself wasn't directly involved in all the incidents, many criticized her for allowing such a toxic environment to exist under her watch. In response, Ellen apologized on her show during the season premiere in 2020. She acknowledged the claims and promised to make changes to improve the workplace culture. Despite this, the show ratings dropped a lot, with many viewers feeling that the apology wasn't sincere or enough. Sponsors began to pull out, and longtime fans turned their backs on the comedian. While she tried to defend herself in interviews, the damage to her public image had already been done. Many felt that the scandal showed a big difference between the be kind message she promoted and the reality behind the scenes. James Franco. James Franco was once admired for being good at many things: acting, directing, and teaching. Famous for his roles in movies like 127 Hours and The Disaster Artist, Franco seemed to be on his way to becoming one of Hollywood's most respected figures. However, his reputation took a big hit when several women accused him of inappropriate behavior and taking advantage of them, especially in connection to acting classes he taught at his now-closed acting school, Studio 4. Multiple women said that Franco abused his position of power to engage in sexually exploitative behavior. They claimed he pressured students into performing explicit scenes, saying it was for their career growth, and comforted them with promises of professional opportunities that never happened. These allegations became public after the Me Too movement, shining a light on the darker side of Hollywood. In 2021, Franco settled a lawsuit with two former students who accused him of creating a sexually charged environment. While he denied some of the allegations, he admitted to having relationships with students, something many found troubling given his position of authority. Franco later talked about the controversy in interviews, acknowledging his mistakes and saying his past behavior was due to personal struggles. Loughlin. Loughlin, famous for her role as Aunt Becky on Full House and Fuller House, once had a great career in Hollywood. She was loved by fans for her charming personality, wholesome roles, and relatable character. But her reputation took a massive hit in 2019 when she got caught up in the infamous college admissions scandal, which shocked the world.
Well, I'm just impressed by the scope of this investigation. I mean, as you said, they did apparently get Rick Singer to plead guilty. So clearly he, I think, has told them all about the scheme. That must be how they were able to wrap.
Lori Loughlin, along with her husband, Massimo Giannulli, was caught in a nationwide scheme to bribe their way into getting their two daughters, Olivia Jade and Isabella, admitted into prestigious universities like the University of Southern California, USC. The couple allegedly paid $500,000 to have their daughters falsely labeled as crew team recruits, even though they didn't participate in the sport. The scandal made headlines and caused an uproar as it showed how far wealthy families would go to secure spots for their children in top universities. Many saw Loughlin as a symbol of privilege, and the public was outraged by her actions. In 2020, Lori Loughlin and her husband pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, which led to a reduced sentence. Loughlin was sentenced to 2 months in prison, fined $150,000, and ordered to complete 100 hours of community service. Her husband received a 5-month prison sentence. While she served her time, the damage to her career was done. Loughlin was dropped from several acting projects, including the Hallmark Channel, where she had been a regular for years. Fuller House also wrote her character out of the final season, and her reputation as a clean star was permanently tainted. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson was once one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, famous for his roles in Lethal Weapon, Braveheart, and The Passion of the Christ. Gibson was a talented actor and filmmaker with a huge fan base. However, his career took a dramatic dive due to several controversies, personal incidents, and hurtful remarks that left fans and the public in shock. One of the first major controversies that damaged Gibson's career happened in 2006, when he was arrested for driving under the influence, DUI, in Malibu. While this itself was bad for his image, what followed was far more shocking. During the arrest, Gibson made anti-Semitic comments to the arresting officers, including, "Jews are responsible for all the wars in the world." These remarks caused outrage, and many in the entertainment industry distanced themselves from him. Gibson apologized, but the damage was done. His reputation had been a major hit, and his once great image as a Hollywood hero was shattered. Things got even worse for Gibson in 2010 when leaked audio recordings surfaced, catching him making racist and sexist comments to his ex-girlfriend, Oksana Grigorieva. In the recordings, Gibson can be heard making awful remarks, including telling Grigorieva she would be raped by a pack of no-ears. The shocking nature of these comments left many disturbed and further damaged his already sad reputation. Gibson's comments were so offensive that they got backlash from fans, colleagues, and fellow actors. Some argued that his behavior was unforgivable, while others questioned whether there was room for redemption. Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl was once the golden girl of TV and film, famous for her role as Dr. Izzy Stevens on Grey's Anatomy and movies like 27 Dresses and Knocked Up. But her reputation took a turn due to several controversial moments, particularly her comments about the TV show and her co-stars. Heigl publicly criticized Grey's Anatomy for its writing and even called the show dumb in interviews. Her harsh words led to her leaving the show, and Hollywood took notice of her growing reputation as a diva. But the controversies didn't stop there. Heigl's behavior on movie sets also raised eyebrows. She was accused of being difficult to work with multiple reports of her clashing with directors and producers. She even admitted to refusing an Emmy nomination for Grey's Anatomy, saying she didn't think the writing was good enough. These public statements, along with her refusal to take responsibility for her actions, led to a decline in her career. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf seemed to have it all. With breakout roles in Transformers, Even Stevens, and Disturbia, he was once one of Hollywood's brightest young stars. But LaBeouf's career began to fall apart in the mid-2000s due to a series of strange and troubling incidents.
Follow the trawler. It is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
Left many questioning his mental state. In 2014, he was arrested for disorderly conduct, and in the years that followed, more disturbing behavior came to surface, including allegations of sexual misconduct. LaBeouf was accused by actress FKA Twigs of assaulting her during their relationship, a claim he later denied. His actions disturbed fans, colleagues, and Hollywood executives, and his promising career seemed to stall. However, in recent years, LaBeouf has sought therapy and tried to apologize for his past actions. While he's making an attempt at redemption, his past behavior still looms large, making it difficult for many to forget the troubled actor's antics. Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr was once a beloved TV icon, famous for her groundbreaking role in Roseanne that highlighted working-class American life. However, in 2018,
the tweet asking for accountability from the previous administration about the Iran deal. The first thing was shock that they were saying it.
The tweet, which compared Jarrett to an ape, sparked immediate backlash, leading to the cancellation of Roseanne and her career taking a major hit. Barr tried to apologize, but many felt the damage was irreparable. Her political views, particularly her vocal support for former President Donald Trump, also turned a large portion of her fan base. While she defended herself as misunderstood, it became clear that many in Hollywood no longer wanted to associate with her. While she has attempted to make a comeback with various projects, Barr's reputation remains permanently stained. Amber Heard. Amber Heard, who is famous for Aquaman and The Rum Diary, became one of the most controversial figures in Hollywood after her highly publicized divorce from Johnny Depp. Heard accused Depp of abuse, while Depp countered with his own allegations.
No one likes you. No one likes me. Everyone warned me about you. That's what it was. He started to tell me that everyone had warned him.
The legal battles between the two were followed intensely by the media, with fans taking sides. The public's view of Heard grew increasingly negative as details from the trial came to surface, including allegations of her abuse toward Depp. Despite her strong career in the early years, the scandal and the intense media scrutiny took a toll on her reputation. After the trial, her role in Aquaman 2 was reportedly reduced, and she faced public backlash. Jussie Smollett. Who can forget Jussie Smollett from a hit TV show empire? However, his career took a dramatic and shocking turn in 2019 when he was accused of staging a hate crime against himself.
There's a bleach on me. If you bleach on me. Okay. 1872 Robert. You're filming us, right? Yeah, this is all being audibly visual.
Smollett claimed he was attacked by two men who shouted racial and homophobic slurs, but after an investigation, it was revealed that Smollett had began the entire incident. Smollett's actions invited criticism through the entertainment industry. The public felt betrayed, and many believed that his hoax took attention away from real victims of hate crimes. He was charged with felony disorderly conduct, and his career was effectively ruined. Empire wrote his character out of the show, and Smollett faced severe backlash from both fans and the public. Though Smollett maintained his innocence, the scandal ruined his reputation permanently. Many wonder if he can ever make a career comeback. Gina Carano. Gina Carano was famous for her role in The Mandalorian and her work as a former mixed martial artist. However, she became one of the most controversial figures in Hollywood after a series of posts on social media. Carano, who had a history of making provocative statements, drew criticism for comparing the current political climate in the U.S. to Nazi Germany in one of her posts. This caused outrage, with many seeing her as minimizing the severity of the Holocaust. Disney and Lucasfilm, the companies behind The Mandalorian, decided to part ways with Carano, firing her from the show. Her career quickly went down as she became a polarizing figure in the entertainment industry, with some defending her right to free speech, while others condemned her for her comments. Blake Lively. Blake Lively, the golden girl from Gossip Girl and movies like The Age of Adeline, has long been admired for her charm and elegance. However, she faced unexpected backlash in recent years due to a controversy surrounding her 2012 wedding to Ryan Reynolds. The couple tied the knot on Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina, a location steeped in the painful history of slavery. Though Lively and Reynolds later expressed regret and called the decision a big mistake, critics argued that the choice showed a lack of sensitivity to the historical trauma associated with plantations. The issue resurfaced in 2020 during the Black Lives Matter movement, with many pointing out the problematic nature of romanticizing such locations. While Lively continued her successful career and maintained a large fan base, this incident left some questioning her awareness and judgment. Baron Geisler. Baron Geisler is a talented yet troubled star. While he showcased undeniable acting skills in movies and TV shows, his career was overshadowed by a series of scandals fueled by alcohol and erratic behavior. Geisler was involved in multiple public altercations, including fights with co-stars and drunken outbursts caught on camera. One of the most infamous incidents occurred in 2016 when a viral video showed Geisler urinating on a co-actor during a filming session. This incident shocked fans and cemented his image as the bad boy of Philippine entertainment. After years of controversy, Geisler sought professional help for his issues and has since claimed sobriety.
HALT, HALT. So I have, as a recovering addict alcoholic, I should always be careful when I'm hungry.
While some fans admire his efforts to change, others remain skeptical of his redemption activities. Michael Richards. Michael Richards, beloved for his role as Kramer on Seinfeld, shocked the world in 2006 when he launched into a racist tirade during a stand-up comedy set at the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles. Richards used the N-word multiple times and made derogatory comments, leading to severe backlash. The incident was captured on video and quickly went viral, ruining Richards' reputation overnight. Fans of Seinfeld were horrified, and many found it difficult to separate Richards from his outburst.
And say this crap, you know, I'm deeply, deeply sorry. And I'll get to the force field of this hostility.
Though he later apologized on The Late Show with David Letterman, the damage to his career was stark. Richards has since stepped back from the spotlight, appearing only occasionally in small roles. However, his name remains synonymous with one of the most shocking celebrity meltdowns in history. T.J. Miller. T.J. Miller, a comedian and actor known for his roles in Silicon Valley and Deadpool, saw his career halted after a series of serious allegations and controversial behavior. In 2017, Miller faced accusations of sexual assault from a woman who claimed he assaulted her while they were in college. The allegations caused outrage and ruined his reputation. In 2018, Miller made headlines again after being arrested for calling in a fake bomb threat on an Amtrak train. The reckless act led to his arrest, further damaging his public image. Coupled with reports of unprofessional behavior on the set of Silicon Valley, Miller quickly became a polarizing figure in Hollywood. Kanye West. Kanye West is undeniably one of the most influential musicians of his generation, but his increasingly erratic behavior and controversial statements have disturbed fans and peers alike. From interrupting Taylor Swift at the 2009 VMAs to his inflammatory remarks about slavery being a choice in 2018, West's actions have left many questioning his intentions. More recently, his outspoken support for controversial figures, including his ties to far-right ideologies, have further damaged his reputation. His anti-Semitic comments in 2022 resulted in massive backlash, with brands like Adidas cutting ties with him, costing him billions. Though West remains a cultural icon, his behavior has left a lasting stain on his legacy. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was once the epitome of a successful young actress. After starring in iconic films like The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and Mean Girls, she seemed destined for a long and prosperous career. However, fame came with immense pressure, and by her late teens, Lohan's life began to spiral out of control. Her downfall started with a string of DUI arrests in 2007, leading to her infamous mugshots and probation violations. Lohan struggled with substance abuse, spent time in rehab, and became a regular fixture in tabloid headlines. Despite attempts to revive her career, including starring in Liz and Dick and hosting Saturday Night Live, her reputation as unreliable and difficult to work with made it nearly impossible for her to reclaim her former glory. Lohan's unprofessional behavior on set further ruined her image. For instance, during the filming of Georgia Rule in 2006, the studio publicly reprimanded her for unprofessionalism and constant partying. While she has since cleaned up her act and relocated to Dubai for a quieter life, many still associate her name with Hollywood's darker side. Lohan is now attempting a career revival with her Netflix rom-com Falling for Christmas, showing she may still have what it takes to make a comeback. Justin Baldoni. We all admire Justin Baldoni for his portrayal of Rafael Solano on Jane the Virgin and for being a vocal advocate for redefining masculinity. His TED Talk, Why I'm Done Trying to Be Man Enough, gained millions of views and sparked important conversations about vulnerability and gender expectations.
And my display of vulnerability can, in some cases, give other men permission to do the same.
Baldoni also directed Clouds, a heartfelt film about a young musician battling cancer. However, some critics have questioned whether Baldoni's public advocacy is as genuine as it seems. His book, Man Enough, Undefining My Masculinity, and his frequent use of social media to highlight his wokeness have occasionally drawn accusations of virtue signaling. While Baldoni hasn't been involved in major scandals, the perception of performative activism has made some question his motives. Still, his commitment to discussing important societal topics keeps him in the spotlight, even if some remain skeptical of his intentions. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was once one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, earning $1.8 million per episode for his role as the lovable yet crude Charlie Harper in 2.5 Men. However, his wild lifestyle, erratic behavior, and shocking scandals led to one of the most publicized downfalls in recent Hollywood history. Sheen's troubles became impossible to ignore in 2011 when he was fired from 2.5 Men after a series of heated disputes with the show's creator, Chuck Lorre. During this time, Sheen displayed unprofessional behavior in interviews, famously declaring he had tiger blood and was winning. These bizarre statements, coupled with allegations of drug abuse and violent behavior, made him a tabloid sensation, but also ruined his professional reputation. In addition, Sheen revealed in 2015 that he was HIV positive, claiming he had paid millions in hush money to prevent the news from going public. While his openness brought attention to the issue, many criticized him for years of risky behavior and denial. Though Sheen has made attempts to redeem himself, his infamous meltdown remains a cautionary tale of how fame and fortune can be derailed by personal demons. If you want us to bring you more videos like this, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.